Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, starting early. There, didn't expect that, did you? No, neither did I, because I always start late to these things. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me properly okay? Can you hear me when I talk to camera? Can you hear me when I talk to laptop, which isn't here? Just pretend that's not here. It's just an imaginary laptop there for our amusement. Okay, we're just riffing on episode 3 now. Cool. So, I didn't do this, but I've been meaning to build a different set actually for weeks, and it's around here somewhere. But someone, MMF29 or something, hello Evoki Studios. If I've gotten the name right, it's MMF29, but I might have gotten that slightly wrong. Sent me a very cool studio model for Misprints. I've been wanting to build that thing for ages. I think it's got some slight inaccuracies, but I think it's close enough. And do you know what I've just realized that I didn't prepare? I didn't load up the frigging instructions, but that's okay. And I've learned from previous live streams, I may have already built a couple parts of this model just to help speed things up. So we are going to build, in case you don't know, Miserex Day, who was the leader of the Makuta originally before Pterodax, who was our main baddie of the series, came along and basically picked him up and threw him out a window. That's my embellishment there. And we'll start off with the head. Why not? And that's going to immediately expose the parts that I forgot to get. So in that case, we're actually going to start with, let's start with the head. That comes up well. Cool. So I'm going to put that to one side. So this was my bit of a shoulder action there for a minute. Hello, Lucas, my fellow Brit. We suffer together. Hi, Bionicle Studios again. Hello, hi, my name is David. Cool mocks that people are working on. Yeah, it'd be cool to know if people are like mocking around the same time or something. This top I have been meaning to get put on a stream for ages. My partner gave me this. Was it this Christmas? No, last Christmas, just gone. Christ, that tells you how little streaming I've done in the last few in the past year. God, I've been doing this channel a while now. Right, I need a Hordika foot. No, not a Hordika foot, a Nika foot. In the future, if I learn how to use OBS properly, I might be able to actually put the instructions on the screen at the same time, and you guys could build along at home, and that would be lovely, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. Although, of course, you might not have the pieces, which would be a bit of a bummer. My hands are covered in ink, by the way, because I had a fight with my laptop, with my printer, and my printer won. That bastard thing is not printing. This is a Bionicle build live stream, and also can you help fix Tammy's printer live stream? If you can think of a reason why a printer, it's a HP printer, so that's my fault really, would print colors just fine, but just refuses to print the black option, the black thingy. What's it? Let me know. So we're in the head at the moment, by the way. So this is his teeth. It is a bit of a weird build, this one though. Yeah. So this has a bit of an ingenious build because it uses a forlorn flex tube, which I have forgotten to pick out. And basically, it builds it together like this. I should probably bring the camera closer, shouldn't I, really? I'll see if that's a possibility. Post-apocalyptic Bohati, that's cool. Have I tried turning it on and off and on again? I mean, the funny thing is that I work in IT, and I can't get a printer to work. But then again, working in IT, I also know that half the time we can't get anything to work either. So, yeah. But yeah, it's been a bit of an interesting time recently, hasn't it? I mean, it's weird to think that I last did a stream. I think it was literally the night, or it was night for us, the day the Hager the models were revealed, the winning Hager contest models. and I managed to build them together as best I could in about 4 hours. And since then we've had artwork and 1 resignation, killing the whole thing, which is a shame, I think, but it will probably have some upsides. I'm just trying to find a 3-long axle. This is the story of every stream I do. I just find myself finding a 3-long axle. Luckily, I'm in a room where I can just grab spare parts at a moment's notice, so everything's dandy. So we're building a net connection here, using some very basic parts, and I even went to the trouble of bagging up some of the smaller bits ahead of time to hopefully help speed things up. I wonder if I'm doing this wrong, actually. No, that's fine. Had to find like 6 of these bloody things. Kick the printer. I don't think hitting with a wrench is going to help either. Building a dispenser. Don't expect me to do American accents on demand and do them well. And I'm not paying attention properly to the instructions. I'm building this thing wrong. Should I bring the camera in closer? Is that something you'd like? It's on a stand with a ring light around it. So if you think I should bring it forward, then I'll do that. But I kind of like the whole scale thing going on at the moment. This needs an elastic band. That's okay. I'm going to go to my. This is one of my random pots that I have in this room. It's full of random things like rubber bands. Yes. There's a shelving unit. This is the top of a shelving unit. So it wants me to take this rubber band and bring it over. I hope I don't break it doing this. Oh, no, that's too much. It's too tight. It's not the right color, but I'm going to use a stretchier black one, I think. And if that doesn't work, I'm just gonna what is it? Tell me, what is it with the fan cannon models and using rubber bands to make things connect? If you have to work that hard to make it connect, maybe you shouldn't be doing it. But then people say that about some sex acts, so you know. Sorry, I'm not having a lot of luck with this elastic band. How many fights am I going to have with inanimate objects and lose? Yep. There we go. Okay, we're getting there. Someone should do a Barnacle version of like Goodbye Greg. Goodbye, Mr. G. Yes, where are we going with that? Right. You made our contest cannon, but you made us all fight. Goodbye, Mr. G. We'll never know which way Bob should go. Who's wrong or right? Right, I'm going to stop this now. I'm going to stop this or submit it to 8 Tentacle Day. I'm not sure. Did I just not get myself 3-length axles right? So this is one of the drawers. If I've got time, I'll show you guys the bits that I've got hanging around. Right. What are we doing? So I don't really know exactly what I'm doing here. I'm just sort of having to get all the pieces together to make the parts of this horny boy's horns, because he's got big horns as Miserix. So just getting the bits. Can I say bottle of water? I think that's a Scottish thing, isn't it? They struggle to say certain phrases or something. That was something like, I'm not Scottish. And if I tried to do a bad Scottish accent, that would upset people, quite rightly as well. Also, if I tried to do a bad Scottish accent, you probably wouldn't know that I was trying to do a bad Scottish accent, and it would probably sound more like an Italian accent, because I can't really do accents. I can do Yoda. I think I can do Yoda. I'm just rambling to myself, sorry. I mean, I kind of hope that Misprints doesn't attack me and win either, especially given he's a toy. Like, that would seriously lose me some street cred, I think, if that was to if that were to happen. Right. So. This is all coming together. Just realised that you can't really see the parts. That's not good, is it? I might move the whole setup closer in a second. Just give me a minute. What was my first Bionicle set? Abuki Studios. It was. It really annoys me that I don't have a straightforward answer to this. So I bought I bought Gully. Gully was my first set. You know, as if it wasn't obvious I was trans. And then, but there was a gear missing. There was a gear missing from the set, and of course that one had 2 moving arms. So I returned it, and I got Tahu instead. And years later, I think I came across that gear in the garden. So I might have ripped off Woolworths back then, but they're out of business now, so not much that can be said about it. I don't know if they ever had Woolworths in America. Maybe not. But then different companies have different brands, don't they? Like we have Asda here, but they're owned by Walmart, and that's why I don't do accents. I have actually got a bottle of water, which I will drink if I get thirsty, because that's how water works. Waterworks being a level of the Lego Rock Raiders video game, which I've been playing a lot more recently, or rather, I've been playing this really cool fan-made revamp called Manic Miners, and you should all check it out whether you like Rock Raiders or not. If you like Lego, charming Lego shit, then that has charming Lego shit in spades. Why can't I see the other carapace? There, because it's buried under this. So it's worth noting that the studio model that I used, or rather the instructions that are being used here, have a couple bits missing because studio doesn't yet have these Paraka flexi tube bits, and I've added this in, but it's not in the right position yet. I should get the elastic band to fight the printer. Yeah, his fellow hands are shuffled. Yeah. Layback cow. Yeah. See, that was a weird wave to come into. Like, just realize, well, oh, I've got these new sets. What, the previous sets were exactly the same? That's a bit weird. My hand is black because I was trying to make my printer work, and it did not work. Smiths with a Y. Yeah, we have that. It became big after my time. All right, so I'm going to bring the camera in. Hang on. Believe it or not, I've had to move out the way the Shadowed One and Sidorak from a previous live build. For any of you who were there, Okay. How's that? Bit closer up? Good, good, good. There was a Smith's on the high street of this somewhere I used to live. I won't say where for obvious reasons, but yeah, they do seem to be just sort of elusive and out of the way. I seem to not be able to find some parts that I need. This always happens on stream. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. Ah, there we go. They're just teeny tiny. That's the only problem. Ah. So Lucas, I am a bit of I am not very cultured. I don't know what Bagoogan is, and I don't want to make rude suggestions as to what it might be. So I'm guessing it's some kind of model making thing along the lines of Gundam, maybe. Sorry, people. It really is just Bionicle that I know. Well, Bionicle and Rock Raiders, apparently. Okay, so we've got two big sets of horns now, covering quite a wide area. I think they're angled somewhat on the final model. I'm about to find out. Yes. Right. So that goes there. That goes there. He's lacking eyes at the moment. That's entirely my fault. I need a bit of flex tube to put them in. But I won't go searching through just yet for that. So that's going to stay here with his eyes. So British Bonkle Mockers Unite. Yeah, I always say, like, I'm not much of a mocker myself. You know, I'm really more of a tweaker or a mod, you know, a modder or what have you. Like, I was planning on entering a Hellrix, a 2 yet into that contest, but I started down trying to put pieces together and I just couldn't make something work. I guess I've been spared the embarrassment now. It's weird times, isn't it? Right. So I need to get into the flow of using these instructions properly. So these instructions, they kind of just have a picture piece showing you all the pieces you need. And then they kind of, actually they're a bit blurry in some places. I can't quite make out what they're supposed to be. And then there's another picture showing this whole thing assembled. Okay. Yep. Kodan claw, that's in pearl light grey. I'm supposed to have that in flat silver, but oh well, who cares? And bright orange thingamy. Right, let's piece this together. If I've done this right, so how are we all? Like, where are we all in the seasons? Like, the weather's just starting to move from really shit to not too shit in Britain. How's it doing in other parts of the world? I could, you know, pick up a book and learn about other parts of the world, but I'm British. That's not really my type of thing to do. Okay. So I now need to make another one of these. Orange. It's really random that there's just these two random orange bits either side of the face. Claw. Axle. Scalpel. Couple of pins. Sorry, Bionic Mead. I had to. YouTube didn't like it when you say shit. I can say swear words and you can't. Huh. There were two ways to build this, and I built it wrong. Well done, Tammy. How many misprints do I have? You might be able to see some on the shelf. I've sort of started acquiring more, and I wasn't really planning to. Some were by accident. I don't know. I still try not to really pay too high a price for them because I don't know. It's not a healthy market, really. So, hang on, just making sure I build this right. You're all distracting me. Naughty people. Right. There we go. Okay, Metritoran does count as a mock. Don't forget the legendary Pink Pooks. Yeah. Forever in our hearts is Pink Pooks. Wow, I'm really messing this up tonight. Right. So got it. Right. Sorry, just a momentary change. So yeah, in terms of misprints, I don't know if you can see on here. Can you see? No, it's probably not. So I've got a few. I've got blue Matatu. I've shown that one a few times because it's Shasa. Somehow I've managed to come across these two brown ones. It was mainly just the Mahiki and the Rurus that were, not the Mahiki, the Matatu and the Rurus that were misprinted, weren't they? I famously and shamelessly got this and planned to resell it, but I've resold too many rare masks that I have. And I can't even remember how I got this one recently, but there you go. White Ruru. But I'm not really, I tend to buy things in bulk and then I sell on what I don't need, and hopefully afterwards I've made most of it back, so I don't really spend a lot on Lego, but on Barnacle. Oh, and another elastic band. So yeah, I think that like painting parts is totally legit, and I've done a lot of painting parts. Like, funny you mentioned Metritoran because I'm working on some stuff. Like that. Anyway. But I'm just, sorry, just 2 seconds, just figuring out how this rubber band works. This whole head setup. So I think it's supposed to go like this. It's not clear. The instructions don't say. That's a little bit. The instructions tend to miss vital moments in the building process, unless. How the hell is this supposed to work? Right, hang on. I'm going to take this apart. I'll try and bring it around. bring it around. I think that works. That possibly is not how it's supposed to work at all. And I think the eyes get kind of wedged in there. And actually, that might just save my ass, because I can. There's another one on my tray. I can pop the eyes into these, into those into these little connectors, and then I don't have to search for a bit of flex tube on stream. And that'll be good, won't it? Yes, it will. You have to agree with me. That's how this works. Please, I have cripplingly low self-esteem. Right. That's a head, sort of. That's a head. His eyes tend to wander. I didn't realize. That's a weird build. I will have to double check this once the stream's done. So I'm just going to bring that here. What are we on to next? I assume that's... Oh, no, that's not the end of it. Right. I need a Kodan claw. I'm missing a Kodan claw. Where can I get a Kodan claw? From Pohatu. Where is Pohatu? I'm literally just going to pull apart my collection live on stream. Where is my Pohatu? Oh, Pohatu. Oh, there we go. There he is. I had to take his hands away for another project. Right. So this should be dark red, and I don't have one in dark red. I also don't. I could have spray painted it, but I've had too many other things that I've been spray painting, and hopefully I'll just get a legit one in dark red at some point. I think it was just using a couple of Alpha Team sets back in the day. Sorry, just catch you up on the chat. Yeah. Lucas, I've basically summed up our country rather well there. Do I have any interest in the Painter's Mass Pack? Not well. I don't have much interest in buying 3D printed parts, only because I obviously spent quite a bit of money on getting my own resin printer. So that's where I'm going to be going with that one. But I think it's an interesting idea. I'll be fascinated to see. I'd be interested to know what the legal bits are behind it and everything. Like, particularly some of the drama I've seen in modeling groups and that. And I'm like, given like that a lot of those models were done by, I don't know, I presume either part of the modeling group or someone else. Are they paying like proceeds to that or something? So there's that. There's our head. That looks all right. That's all right. The eyes are a bit off. I'll get so that's my fault. Oh, it does finally show us a bit of a picture as to how it's supposed to look from underneath. Right, I got it. Okay, that's cool. That's better. Okay, I think we're done with the head. Okay. Hello, totally not Liam Sullivan. If that's a reference I'm supposed to get, I don't get it, but I'm all right. How are you? Bonnet Meat Studios has the white M&M and the black M&Ms, which, given that I didn't even know those existed, I'm fascinated by. Is love canon in Bionicle now that Greg's leaving Lego? I mean, unless someone from Lego actually shows up and, outright states, like, undoes the canon. The canon stands as it is. It's not going to change. It's not going to change. It's not going to be added to. It's not going to change. It's not going to be taken away. It's just frozen now in a way that it literally has never been before, which is weird and actually something I had just never thought about. I had legit never thought about that. Right, I'm gonna build his leg next. Sorry, just 2 seconds. Right, here we go. And I'll try and keep. You can't see this, but I've got one just off camera that I built earlier, just to save me time. But yeah, I never thought about the fact that if Greg left, it would. I didn't think about how it would be different to the first time G1 was cancelled. I've been cancelled. But I did totally. One thing I did totally cool was Greg was going to leave at some point, and we shouldn't be pissing around with tiny details. In the time that we had with him, I still didn't expect him to go this soon though. So that still took me by surprise, and I am sad. But also I'm kind of too busy to be sad because I have got a shitload of stuff happening in IRL. I slightly resent the term in real life a bit because, like, this is real life. Has, real relationships with people. Real interactions with people. What's the black stuff on my hand? Oh, it's ink. It's ink. I'm just going to be constantly answering that tonight, aren't I? It is ink. It's not a tattoo gone wrong. I've many times considered getting a second tattoo, but it just doesn't really, try and make more statements through my actions than my tattoos, I guess. I don't know. Nobody asked me about my tattoos. Should have. Lucas, I love how you say like Greg should canonize something absurd on his way out, as if he has not been doing that for the past 20 years. Although, like, I've never had an issue with, like, some of the stuff, yeah, I've looked at and been like, that did not seem necessary, but, like, plenty of stuff I think was fun. There's nothing that I really regret him canonizing it, and I think it would have come out in his writing anyway, one way or another. Right. Just skipping forward a little bit. Ooh, I've boobed up. It's all right. I think it literally just means I've got to do this. I was right the first time. So this was a fun model. Basically, I couldn't sleep for the last day or two very well. So I kind of went shopping around inside all the various tubs and bits that I've got laid about, and this was actually a really easy model to piece together, like with a wanted list to piece together. Obviously not for most people because they don't have the absurd number of stuff lying around that I do. So I didn't want to. I think that sounds even worse now I've said that. Hello, the shadowed one. I don't know if that's the shadowed one or just the shadowed one. I have to assume just the shadowed one because it's YouTube. Hello from Argentina. Wow. Is the weather nice in Argentina at the moment? It's getting on a little bit here. It's 20 past 8, but I just really wanted to build this guy. This model uses a lot of Hordika chests, like 4 of the things, and various limbs. Limbs. There we go. It's basically just a lot of red and dark red. Okay, Variki. Okay, so Variki would be a fun canonization. However, not to take it too seriously, but that name probably hasn't been passed by legal. So maybe just as well. Also, I guess like the idea of electricity set up by Variki kind of did not go the same way as Canon eventually ended up doing. So that's a weird one. You'll need several of these sockets as well if you're going to build this boy. I do not. Here we go. 5-length axle. 5-length axle. So I'm just looking at various connectors that I need. There we go. 5 minutes. Greg canonizes pooping just on the way out. I don't know. It's not. I think if Greg was retiring or leaving of his own accord, rather than being let go, I would think it would be more likely that he would maybe make some kind of reveal, like maybe finally revealing the Shadowed One's quote real name. I still kind of hope he does that, but or maybe just some nice message like he did when G2 came back. Actually, he left that nice message, didn't he? Whether he still feels the same or not, I don't know. Right. Just trying to make sense of some of these instructions. Sorry. So I was lucky to have a couple of spare. Well, I was lucky to have a spare, or a couple of spare kind of half-built Sideracs for this, which is good because they use a load of these sort of slicer feet, Throwbots feet, slicer feet. Slice is a much cooler name, you got to admit. Right. So I'm probably gonna make a lot of stimming noises on stream. What can you do? Hello. Hi. My blah 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 blah. My name is David. Yeah. I have pets. They have popped up in a couple of videos. I have a couple of cats, and at some point, probably a really inconvenient moment, one of them will probably pop up and try and get food off of me. I shouldn't have said the. Oh, I said the F word out loud. Never say the food around cats. Right. So this will all come together in a minute. I promise. Yeah. Lots of weird climate changes. Oh, okay, so the weather's fluctuating quite heavily in Argentina at the moment. Right. Okay. Right, I'm gonna have to build this per the right. I think this bit. Sorry. This bit goes here. Right. And then this bit goes. Have I missed a bit? I might have missed a section. Sorry. Shit. Yeah, I did. But oh, I know what I did wrong. It's fine. I built a bit. There we go. Right. This goes in here. Sorry. Look at his little toes. I say little toes, they're fucking massive actually, aren't they? And then this bit goes this. Just trying to make sense of it. Right. So this goes in here. Oh, it's a bit of a tight squeeze, this. And then I've done this right. This kind of slots in there. That creates a bit of a knee, which this thing connects to. See, it's all coming together now, isn't it? Oh, that goes there. So it's like a double jointed leg. And then that's one leg. And here is one I made earlier, as they say on Blue Peter, which was a British show. It is a British show. I think it's still going. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. All right. So we should probably build an arm. We'll build an arm, and then we'll build the torso. And I think we're kind of done. I say that like that's not going to take any time at all. Like it's going to take a while. Okay, so the legs and tail are together. So I'll go back to that one. Give me a second. Give me a second. Just go into the arms. Alrighty. Picture's blurry as hell. Right. A couple of times when I was building the bits in advance earlier, I looked at the studio model to cheat. Hello, young builder. We'll do it. I hope you're not too young. I sometimes use bad language on here. Just I don't know if I just forgot to get my 5-length axles or what, but here we go. And in a big bushing. Yeah, I might just empty these out now, actually. It's like, there we go. Please don't roll everywhere. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. Right. They are massive feet, aren't they? And if these are the feet, I hate to imagine how big the final thing's gonna be. I'm gonna put them there. Although they are slightly awkward to position with the kind of rear toe. Right. Black gear. One thing I do like about these models, though, is it does help me kind of use up some of the pieces that I've got lying around in buckets and piles and stuff. There we go. Hey Tammy, if there was one real life mythical creature you would want in Barnacle, which one? Oh, in Barnacle. I don't know, because they kind of pick and choose, don't they, and make weird stuff. I'm surprised that they didn't come up with something like a unicorn. Sorry, I know that's probably quite a predictable response in a way, but like they never came up with just one with a big horn sticking off its head like that, because that's what unicorns look like. Why the hell can't I find another one? There we go. It's a tiny desk. I'm still losing my place. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. Something with a horn on its head. This is completely random, but I finally beat Halo 2 on Legendary yesterday, and I was pleased with that. And I feel that I should be given a free pie because of it, or something. No. Mostly, I think I was using it as a distraction. See, the pile is thinning. The pile is thinning. Right. Need a black full-length bar. There we go. What Greg said. Yeah, I mean, I don't somehow see Greg doing a live stream where he vanishes into the sky, if only because that's a hell of an optical illusion to pull off. There we go. Right. 1, 2 down. So just to make sense. There we go. Got it. Unicorn, right? Like, yeah, seriously, someone build a unicorn Rahi. I'm sure loads have been done over the years. I'm not very active on the mocking scene. I'm struggling to keep up with the Barnacle stuff at the moment, even though in theory there isn't a lot of it happening. There's a lot of movement kind of within the fan base. Right. Getting to a more straightforward bit. This bit's fun. So it's just a metru leg. And we pop a couple of these through. And actually, I'm going to make, yeah, line it up. No, line it up. Actually, this part's a bit dusty. I must have pulled it out of a lot. And then vicious Elec blade. Elec? I don't bloody know. Then you could argue a Kikanalo is. Oh wait, yeah, of course. The Kikanalo is kind of got a horn on its head, hasn't it? I guess it's kind of. I mean, I suppose there's a few kind of rhino like Rahi, aren't there? There's the small one from the. There's the small one from the Master Builder pack, which is kind of like a mini Kikanalo, really, when you think about it. So this is. Oh god, everything's gonna fall off. You'll stay there. So that links there. That's quite a well protected elbow joint, really, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. Right. There we go. So this is an arm. This is an arm. And then we need to quickly build. Oh god. Right. This bit will get a bit repetitive in a minute because I have to make all the fingers for him. Right. That's his hand, and then I need to. I like building these models as well because I can then learn which bits don't actually matter in terms of color. Like certain bits are all hidden away. Like if you can't find them, great, just get a different color. Really doesn't matter. Or sometimes it just makes sense to use a different color anyway. So I'm just building the back of the hand, and that's pinged off. There we go. There we go. Right. Finger the pins. And then we scale things up a bit by putting on a Hordika back. And that is a good part of the hand there. I'm just going to get the thumb joint together. And what do I need to make it work with the one that I've already got? Yep. Okay. So, finger one. On goes the fingertip. On goes the nail. Finger one. On goes the fingertip. On goes the nail. Finger two. I'm struggling to find the parts now. On goes the fingertip. On goes the nail. Finger three. That's the last finger. And then this bit and another connector. Tip and an axle. And on goes. We'll find the last transparent red eye. Come on, you bugger. They're around here somewhere. If it's not, I'll just have to fish it out from. Somewhere else. Ah, there it is. On goes the nail. Yeah, that's the thumb. Right. So hand. Pinky finger. Middle finger. Index finger. And thumb. This is great. So you can be very, very childish. Or you can be very accusatory. This is a hell of a shadow hand build, actually. So if we attach that to the arm, and then, oh god, have I built this right or wrong? I have slightly messed up. That's fine. I just need to switch over which side the rock sheet back is on. Shiza. Right. Sorry. Give me 2 seconds. And does the yeah. Okay. Sorry, just need to correct that. It gets a bit confusing when you're trying to mirror the instructions. Right, and that's not just one arm, that is 2 arms. That is a big pair of hands right there. And look at this thumb. This is a thumb joint that I did earlier, and like, I don't know. I don't know if the sockets had it or if the balls had it, but certain angles it just flops. I don't know. Right, hands, torso, hands, legs, head, torso and tail. And I just dropped a pin axle, never mind. Okay. Starting to feel like I should have done the torso first. I think it might also be the most challenging bit. Right. Here we go. Final stretch. Final stretch. Sorry, I've been ignoring the chat. I'll be there in a second. I just need to sort of try and get a core build of this torso going. Something doesn't make sense with that to me about that build. Oh, I think that's supposed to be a pin axle. That's weird. Sorry, it's a bit confusing. The person who made these instructions sometimes hasn't quite used the right colours without and not made it clear. There we go. Anti-core. Hello, Toby. Oh dear. Sorry, I just about managed to remember how people's names were pronounced, and then I didn't stream for 6 months, and so it's probably just like out of my brain. Yeah. Right. Okay. One of my cats just poked his nose in. And I think he's going to go around and cause mischief in the other spare room, which has also got a lot of Bionicle in it. I've been considering doing like a house tour, and it would be kind of the opposite of Duck Bricks, where it's like, look at my fantastically laid out collection, and with mine it would be like, look, there's a pile over there, there's a pile over there. Let's see what we can unearth. Right. Where? Okay. Matoran torso. Barely got any of these left. I've been making a bunch of them for using a bunch of them for the Matoran video that I am hopefully going to do relatively soon. Okay. Aha! Unless this slides in like this. Not quite sure what's going on there. I'm sure it'll come apparent. Right. The dark red single socket with a couple of 3-length axles. Oh, look at that. Just happen to have one. Like, I definitely want to find a way of having the instructions up on screen so you can see what's going on, but this is just using a laptop, so unfortunately I'm limited to what basically I can put through the camera. Hands bigger. The hands are bigger than Axon's. I mean, I've got him Axon. So I just redone this shelf. So this is basically, you won't be able to see it all. I've got 2001 and 2 combined, and 3 gets 2 shelves, 4 gets 2 shelves. And then 5 is down here because it's my least favorite year. 6 is here. So where is Axon? Unless I think I've stripped him down to make. I think I'm in the middle of making. Cardass. In fact, I've almost made Cardass. The only thing that's left to do is his left leg, and he's literally just been waiting his left leg for about several months here. So yeah, that's why I haven't got. Oh, and he's missing his lower jaw. So I think that's a fairly good reason to not have Axon. Yeah, I think that's a perfectly good reason. I said earlier I don't do a Scottish accent, obviously, but I do occasionally roll my R's or various other letters, which I mostly associate, even though it's obviously not unique to him, it's a very general thing to do. I mostly associate with Sylvester McCoy, the 7th Doctor from Doctor Who, for all of those of you who are familiar with Doctor Who before David Tennant was in it. Right, I need. Just look how few parts there are left. There's a few off to the side, but they're mostly big ones. Right. I thought I had all these parts down pat, but apparently not. Oh. Yeah, Gordon Ramsay. But America, you're welcome to keep Gordon Ramsay. By the way, he's a bit of a prick. Actually, you're welcome to keep Gordon Ramsay. You're welcome to keep James Corden. I'm very glad that you managed to get a lot more use out of John Oliver than we were doing with it. That man was clearly missing his calling on this side of the world. Metru Madness. So yeah, I'm trying not to milk the Madness name too much anymore. Don't really know why, but right. So I'm trying to build things before actually getting to that bit of the instructions. So this is a little assembly I'm doing, and then it looks like I can't figure. There's supposed to be a bow rock tooth involved in here somewhere, but I can't think for the life of me how it's supposed to connect. There we go. got it. So it builds onto shit. Where's the assembly I was making? There it is. It's supposed to assemble like this. Oh, that's clever. Connected. I don't know how people like, put these together. Particularly since I've just realised I put this in at a wrong bloody angle. you don't want James Corden either. Well, presumably the viewing figures are alright, otherwise they wouldn't be keeping him. I don't even know who's got him. Did he start his own show? Did he take over one of those? Like, we don't really have this in the UK, but you have like a late show, or you have certain late shows that are kind of handed over from one presenter to the next over like different eras, which is interesting. I like that. Oh, right, I'm missing a. Right, hang on a second. I'm missing a thing. Actually, over the last, I got kind of addicted to like American late night talk shows. A couple of them specifically. I got addicted to a late show with Seth Meyers, and I really liked that program, and I watched every clip of it on YouTube that came out. And then they put out a clip of Ricky Gervais, and do you know what? I didn't even bother watching it, because I'm not interested in what Ricky Gervais has to say. Sorry, I'm going off on real tangents tonight. But Ricky Gervais is one of those people who's like, you should be able to joke about anything, and like, yeah, I agree. I think you can be able to joke about anything. I don't think you, Ricky Gervais, should be able to joke about anything, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It's fine. That wasn't a rant that I'd had built up for ages or anything. Anyway, back to fun plastic toys. It's awkward though. Ricky Gervais, one of the few outspoken kind of atheist comics that we've got at the moment. Which I don't know if that really does us any favours, to be honest. I can't tell if this is supposed. I think these are single pins. Russell Howard's all right if you like. I think you get tired of his shtick kind of quickly, but he's likable enough and generally on the side of sense, I suppose. I don't know, but yeah, I got addicted to Seth Meyers, and I got addicted to to a lesser degree A Late Show with Stephen Colbert, who I like. And then I saw him kind of plugging NFTs the other day, like seriously plugging NFTs after making fun of them like the previous year, and I was just like, huh, that's definitely a choice. But it's a lot of money to be had from there as well, I suppose. Bit random. But hey, Tammy, if Barnacle got a proper anime, unlike Journey to One, would I watch it? I mean, I'll watch anything if I can pirate it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Barnacle needs an anime so much. Not I have anything specifically against anime. It's a little bit. It has some tropes that could be a bit kind of off-putting. And sorry, it's effectively just doing a mini Anika build as part of this. Apparently, I'm just trying to make sense where this goes. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know enough about anime to know which bits of it are kind of inherent or not. I haven't watched the Star Wars one yet, but I definitely intend to do so at some point. I think I've got it downloaded. Just haven't gotten around to it. I'm really busy at the moment, although apparently not busy enough to do this. Actually, that does lead me onto a serious point. If any of you are like busy with stuff in your lives or overwhelmed, like I've recently found like it is important that you do shit for fun sometimes. Like even if you don't think you have time for it, you should do it sometimes anyway, because otherwise you are probably going to burn out and not do anything useful at all. So it's better that you get, you know, half a day behind on a project or what have you, do something you enjoy and actually have a bit of energy back, than try and power on through and then completely melt down and have no ability to do anything for a day or two. This has been Tammy's self-help corner. Right, just trying to make sense of this. Oh, hang on, have I missed putting an axle in somewhere? Right, I think that's an axle with a stop that's got to come in around here. There's an interesting point that Lucas is making about animation, like anime, people calling any Japanese animation and anime, or Westerners calling any Japanese animation anime. No, I appreciate there is a difference. Just simply because, who was it? Somebody, they specifically mentioned anime. But like I assume things like Studio Ghibli don't really count as anime. I imagine anime has a little bit of a kind of a pulp, sense to it. A bit like you have genre science fiction, like films that are, and then you have films that kind of use science fiction, but are more interested in the story and the themes that they're telling rather than genre tropes. I might be looking too much into it. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna use one of the. Actually, no, I'm not. So I don't know if these are rare or if they used to be rare, but this is a red. Oh God, perfectly out of camera. This is a red 3-long axle, and it's not in focus at all. It's a legit piece. I don't know where I got it from. Possibly Bricklink years ago, I think. I also had a bunch of short white axles from the R2D2 Technic kit from years ago, and I didn't realize that was valuable. And I think I sort of accidentally gave a bunch of those away and things that I sold. So that was a stupid on my part. But then I've sold plenty of things for way less than I either should have done, or I think I would have just rather keep them. Like I sold my Rock Raiders Chief figure for way less than it goes for now. For those of you familiar with Rock Raiders, it's just it's a figure that's ridiculously overpriced, even though it doesn't really deserve it. And I also had a complete collection of 2001 Kanoe, all 72 of them, in the Velcro Toys R Us mask holder, and which I think I was given for free as part of one of my first orders on BZ Power back in the day, just to give you an idea of how old I am or how long I've been in the game. Yeah, I had like a full. If I'd known that I was going to start a Bionicle YouTube channel one day, I would not have sold my 100% 2001 Kanoe set. But you know, there you go. I've been able to focus on doing more interesting stuff, I suppose, as a result. Sorry, it was a bit off the law. And yeah, so I'm scrolling back a little bit. Lego Roni had a friend who was a bit, wasn't quite up on the law. Fair enough. Oh, thought that they were all different like universes. I mean, they are odd. They are odd. The comics particularly. I'm working on something to do with comics. I won't talk about it too much at the moment because it's still in the early stages, but if I pull it off, it will be possibly the biggest or most comprehensive video project I've ever done, which possibly isn't saying something. I don't know. The biggest project I've had so far has been the Barnacle breakdown, and I am working on the third one, but other things keep cropping up, and it's just life is a nightmare. But the things that I'm doing outside of Barnacle stuff are important, and yeah, they have to be pretty important to get me away from my obsession. Fucking stressful as well. Oh, hey, did I see Skylar? Hey, Skylar, how are you? Long time no see. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Although, if I just read your comment, you might even just tell me. Oh, about that recently. Yeah. I mean, did the drugs actually work? Did they get you out the burnout, or did they kind of? I don't know. You don't have to talk about it, obviously, but when you say you escaped the burnout, was that temporary and then it came back with a vengeance, or what? I want to know what the moral of the story is. Are you saying, Tammy, take more drugs? I mean, seriously, I've been on an ADHD waiting list for years for an assessment, so I can't even get myself friggin' stimulant meds at the moment. At least not by the conventional methods. Sorry, I haven't said much about the build. It's a really, I'm not really sure exactly what I'm building at the moment and where it all fits together. But that's kind of part of the fun, really, isn't it? It's. I realised that anyone's just joining. Like, this is just a pile of stuff. Like this is 2 legs and arms right here. I should probably have built the torso earlier on so I could actually connect them together. But there you go. What? What? That doesn't make any sense. We're connecting. Oh, we're connecting everything together now. I've forgotten I even made this bit. Okay. All right. So, well, this is fun. Right. So this. Hang on. This connects here. And then these connect. No, these don't connect. Do they connect? Oh, this is so confusing. So I'm just scrolling through until I finally get to the back. Okay. I'm just wondering if I've messed up here somewhere. What's going on? Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to make this all make sense. This is the back. This is the bit on the model, by the way, on the digital model that will look a bit odd because it's missing the Paraka headpiece, right? So I think this whole bit, it doesn't really doesn't show very well, but this is kind of at a weird angle now. This bottom's still a bit floppy. I'm sure it will stabilize that, or it's supposed to have stabilized already, and I've completely ballsed it up, but we'll see. I'm just going to try and connect this bit, and then I'll have a look at messages again in a second. Sorry, people. Okay. All right. This is a torso so far, apparently. It's a very unconventional build. I'll give it that. Don't think I need the elastic bands to hold together right now. But yeah. The news, the next news roundup. Yeah, I mean, it'll be a bit of a episode of the news roundup, won't it? Because everyone already know. But yeah, obviously I'll mention it. I didn't do one in February because not a lot happened, and then immediately at the beginning of March, bang, But yeah, I'll miss every month saying we don't know when the next part of the contest starts. Right, so I'm just adding this. Trying to make this make sense. I'm not sure if I've got this right. If I've accidentally placed something an axle or two lower than it should be, because I've got a hell of a bend on this. Hell of a bend on this at the moment. Problem is, to go back and double check everything right now will take a lot of time, and I don't know if I really want to do that. Oh, actually, I know what the most likely culprit is that this this connection here might be a bit low down. Let's have a quick look. You know what I need to find out for a future stream as well? Backing music. I need some ambient backing music. That'd be nice. No, seems to be right. Oh well, we'll plow on. We'll plow on. My Miserix might have a bit of a hunch, or maybe it's supposed to have a hunch. We'll soon find out. So I'm going to try and fit this Kalmar head in here. I'll probably switch this piece out later to make it work better. But a couple of cams pieces here, and yeah, something's not right about this, is it? I've messed this up somewhere along the line. I've messed this up. Oh, not. No, that seems to fit. Are these pubes? Like, seriously? Is this like a treasure trail navel hair? Sorry, I shouldn't have. Oh dear. What have I unleashed now? A horny comment section. Right. So. Hey, Skylar, another Rock Raiders fan, I assume. So I'm behind a little bit. And YouTube also slows some of the chats. Yeah. I don't know if you called it earlier, Skylar, but yeah, if you haven't played, I don't know if you played the Rock Raiders game when you were a kid, but if you're into Rock Raiders, I seriously recommend checking out Manic Miners. It's a literal remake of that game. I'm in the Discord, and the guy who runs it seems to be pretty on the level, pretty nice. Yeah, it's really good. It helped me a little while ago. I got addicted. I went through 2 brief obsession phases recently to do with RPGs being re-released. The first one I got was I finally rebought, because I got it on Xbox back in the day. I finally got Halo Wars 1. That's how up to date I am. I finally got Halo Wars 1 again, and I just 100%ed that. I'm running out of pins. 2 seconds. Oh. And actually, someone on my server very kindly played a bit of co-op with me on that, and I'm hoping at some point we'll pick up and we'll play the whole campaign on Legendary. That would be neat. All right, this is horrible. Oh, I'm about to stick parts into Kalmar's third eye. That's gross. How does this actually connect, though? That's my question. How does, there's no, oh, this is wrong. I thought maybe like the horns go into the eyes, but they don't. As far as I can tell. I have to skip on a little bit just to make this make sense to me. Oh, it doesn't show how that makes sense. How is this connecting? I don't understand. I think they're supposed to go in his mouth. There's some horrible things going on. Right, okay, that's just going to sit separately for a moment. Maybe I can make more sense of it later. Do you like the little dark red nips that this model has? Will I make a video on this guy? Possibly. Possibly. I don't know. I mean, Dark Bricks does pretty thorough videos of all the models, although his did have some mistakes, and I'm sure he'll redo it one day. But yeah, I could do an overview of this one at some point. I would want to, once I've built the model, I'm going to definitely try and screen it a bit more. Shit, my battery's running low. Oh, that would be bad. That would be bad. I've got 9 minutes apparently.